We learn life is short and there's no time for hate. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what do we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Bitcoin's still holding on to the other side of 10,000. Fantastic, right? People still predicting that we're going to be falling down, possibly 9,200. It's always about that long-term view. There's no real way to go ahead and put $500 into Bitcoin and turn it into $5,000 in the next 2 weeks. Yes, you could speculate on an altcoin or DeFi or something and possibly get those gains. But you know what? That's not really what me and my lovely co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone. That was super in there fast.
I know, right? I thought I'd skip all that rigmarole in the beginning and get right down to it. Let's talk about the fact that, hey, you know, a lot of people are here for something different. And I keep talking about this, that, you know, me and you, we're here for the revolution. We're here to change finance. We're here to bank the unbanked, right? We're here to put the power back to the people so that we're not manipulated in a situation of having to get up and go to work every single day to make not really enough to get by in a perpetual cycle that we can't ever get out of. They can't hear your head.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't even know what I was doing. I was tinkering around the house earlier. My mind was wandering. And I was just thinking, you know, back in the day, you used to be able to take like a hiatus from your life. Like if you wanted to, you know, go travel, you take like a month, maybe, you know, get involved in something else. Like, I don't know, go help your cousin put a roof on the barn or something silly or whatever they did back in the day. You could go do that and you'd come back and your life would still be there.
Right? Yeah, the chicks would go help like the sisters have the babies because they all, you know, died back then. Like, right? Like you have something.
You'd come back home and there would still be a home. And, you know, it's just like now everything that is the way it is, you couldn't really take a week off. Or most people couldn't. You know, most people live paycheck to paycheck and don't have $1,000 saved. So the ideal of taking time off to go do a hiatus of some kind to grow who you are as a person, perhaps, and not just spend your entire life working, making someone else money. They've really rigged the system.
I mean, even when you say stuff like, "Oh, I've $1,000 saved," I mean that in a lot of places to a lot of people won't even get them through a week of the hiatus.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, even if you are prepared slightly, I mean, you're never prepared enough. Eugene likes to literally go with backups to the backups. I mean, because that is sadly the way our life generally flows. But I mean, a lot of people don't have anything in place if...
Yeah, they're just kind of out there shaking it willy-nilly.
Yep. Willy-nilly. Zaza is here. Paul Rouleau is here.
Who?
Paul Rouleau.
Paul Rouleau, buddy, I'm glad that you can make it out here, my friend. I appreciate the fact that you've been hanging around for such a long time.
And John from Malibu. Hi, man.
Still making our episodes.
Yes.
Malibu. John, nice. I'm glad that you're here too, my friend. Remember to smash the likes, right? Share this video out. There's still plenty of time to get some people into the chat, get this roundtable discussion going. Try to figure out a little bit about what's going on, you know, because as always, I'm just Eugene Forrest sitting out here in the woods, hanging out on my patio set, drinking a cup of coffee, trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, everybody and their mothers trying to tell me about how I need to separate myself. Well, not necessarily separate because they got all these nice technical terms and everything about wrapping and locking it up in smart contracts, but they want me to use or leverage my Bitcoin and Ethereum, I guess, if you had Ethereum, to get involved in DeFi. They're saying, Eugene, you've been sitting on the sideline for like 3 years now, just holding on to that hardware wallet, not making nothing. And it's, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, so far.
Yeah, no, it's very easy for us. It's not like, oh, no, I don't need your interest. No.
I don't know. I mean, we were watching Omar a little earlier today from his episode last night. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he had like over $2,000 locked up and was only making $2 a day.
Yeah, which seems like some shit, personally. I mean, on a percentage, but okay. I mean, see, I'm just going to go with that Bitcoin is going to make us Bitcoin. Like, it's good. We're good. Like, we're going to get what we want out of what we're doing. So, I mean, to each their own.
Well, I mean, I guess it's always, everyone keeps talking about early adopters, all this other stuff, right? I mean, now with Bitcoin at what, 10,400 pretty much, most people in America probably won't ever be capable of getting their hands on a Bitcoin. $10,000 cash.
Yes.
That you don't need to have to pay something like anytime soon. So that you're in Bitcoin the right way, right? Because I mean, you can always, not make a couple car payments, leverage your mortgage, you know what I mean?
Starve your children,
right?
Yes.
Cash advance on your credit card, something silly, personal, like a signature loan or something.
Oh, right, title loans, the crazy stuff.
I'm sure you could scrape together 10,000 if you need to, or a chunk of us could. But I mean, really, who has $10,000 cash that they're going to be able to go out, buy a Bitcoin, and not need the $10,000? Not many people, right? Especially when, like, we were saying, and $1,000 cash saved is a lot of money to most people. Most people work for anywhere between $300 and $500 a week.
I mean, I know that when we got into Bitcoin, it had just like started. It was kissing like 700, and that amount seemed like a lot at the time because we were still in the rat race.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, that's a week and a half paycheck. How could I need my week's paycheck. I got to put gas in the car. I got to do this. I got to do this.
Looking back on it, it's like we should have sold everything. Like everything. We should have had 5 Bitcoins like off the get-go. Not, let me just, Coinbase it and but I mean,
every 20 spot here and there.
Oh yeah, remember that? I love that the whole little fast pay thing. It was like, yes, please, yes. Every time you got paid, every time there was anything extra. I mean, you're gonna get what you put into it. It's just like everything else. If you're looking to get a fast return, well, I mean, that's exactly how everybody else says it. If you're wanting that kind of, then you're gonna have to take massive risks. That's the only way it works.
I don't know. I just always figure if you got to get rich quick, your best bet is to go right to the roulette table. Red, black. Right. You can double your money. You got a 49% chance of getting it right. Right. I mean, you can't beat those odds as far as I'm concerned for needing to double your money.
I'm pretty sure I
try not to put myself in those situations where, money is more important than what I'm trying to do. Usually what I'm trying to do is, I don't know, get by, take care of my family, right? Keep sucking in that air and water.
Damn air and water. It's like a plant. That's the running joke in our household. Yeah. Well, Zaza says a backup of a backup is always a good plan. So apparently you're not the only crazy one.
There's always an unknown variable that's going to come in at the last minute and screw you over. So you should have a plan to make sure that's covered.
Yeah. Like we've started to literally I don't even know, triple plan. I'm not even sure. There's lots. It's a lot. It's like that chapter book.
I do got a little bit of news tonight, but I mean, once again, it's always just a silly jumping off point because everyone out there is just wanting to talk about crap lately. It is DeFi, like nonstop DeFi news, DeFi topic. Let's talk about sushi. Let's talk about YFI token. Let's talk about Coinbase adding it.
Now, what was Omar saying? The Mooney swappy thing? Yes. How there's just 1,000 of them now. Like, really? Cool.
I don't know. I mean, it does become when you see, because I like to always think of it as a regular person. I'm a regular Joe. I'm tired because I'm working 40 to 50 hours a week. I'm barely making enough money. I'm eating hamburger helper every night. I need a pair of Nikes. I'm leasing my car. It's hard to think that they're going to be investing any kind of money into a DeFi project where the yield return is enough to change their life in any way. So then when you start thinking like this and you're talking about, we're trying to develop a decentralized financial structure for hedge funds and institutions and banks to start getting involved in whenever they can figure this all out, or we're just making a play place for rich people to get new tokens and dump on everybody that can't invest 50,000 and $100 million and all of this kind of stuff to really have the liquidity and the return and all this stuff to sway the market to their favor. Because otherwise, what? You're just locking up $500, getting 50 cents a day, hoping that you can maybe leverage it a little more and make some more and hope that the prices don't change too much and you get closed out or something.
I don't know, because maybe there isn't. I mean, maybe the percentage of people that are in cryptocurrency, it's not as, I mean, I know that I believe that we're very average, but I mean, maybe.
I don't know. We just watched our neighbors come home from work, and it makes me think I'm not normal, man. They sound silly.
Dude,
Out there singing karaoke in their yard.
Disco.
Because it's Friday night.
We had to ask ourselves. It was like, wait, what? Oh, it's Friday. Okay.
I mean, I guess when, the only time you get to look forward to is the 2 days at the end of the week,
Yeah, when you get to do what you want. Like, yes. Like,
and I mean, play hard. I don't know. I want to live my life every single day.
I mean, yes, because I've known quite a few, like, coworkers that, like, yes, they come back in on Monday, get, like, balls to the wall the whole weekend. And it's like, you didn't even sleep. Like, what is really? What was your end goal here? Because you worked on Monday.
You're trying to cram 5 days of living into 2.
Yeah. I mean, I just know I'm too old for that shit. And I don't know. We've known each other a very long time. I'm not that kind of a person ever. You were more of a busybody back in the day.
I know that the smartest thing I ever figured out is that the time of my life is the most precious commodity I have, and selling it at an hourly rate is the stupidest thing you can do. Because what they're doing is taking advantage of the fact that you don't realize that it is the most limited quantity of supply you have, and it is the most valuable supply you have. The price on it is you can't measure it in dollars.
It's like what was it?
Let's start trading it. What's the minimum wage? $8.85.
I don't even know, because Florida has some horrible minimum wages. I mean, most people now everywhere around us are at least starting at like $10 and $12 minimum wage, and no, we're still like single digit to the best of my knowledge. So, whatever.
I don't know. What we seen the thing from eToro?
Yeah,
where they got a donation, universal basic income capable of producing what was actually like $1 a day.
Yes, it is the good dollarness. Yes, I mean, so yeah, we had seen it on Adam Meister. Yep, and then we had looked at, and yes.
Yeah, but I don't use eToro, so I was like, aren't they just in the U.S.? But no, they're all over the place.
Yes.
They've been around since, I think it's 2006.
Yeah, so that's definitely been a minute. I mean, I know they have the famous people and their stupid little, like, YouTube ads and
I know.
whatnot.
I've seen that commercial a whole bunch of times. Is that a Baldwin?
I think it's Alec Baldwin. Yeah, it is a Baldwin.
Yeah, he just had a baby or something I seen on Facebook, too, didn't he?
I think. I don't know, man. It's all the old dudes that are all, like, popping out kids, but it's like, you got a 20-year-old and you got a 2-month-old. I don't know. So
quarantine babies are going to be popping out here soon.
Oh no, that's gonna suck, because the first baby boom like almost took us down.
Quarantine baby boom.
Yeah, 20 years from now we'll be screwed. Yes,
right. But between the fact that they're not collecting anything right now and that the population is going to explode.
Yep, we're just done. Like all of it gone. Paul Rullo says that he has a little invested in speculating on some DeFi projects, but he's not going to overdo it. I mean,
there is nothing wrong with these things and experimenting and trying to understand. I used to experiment a lot. I used to want to mess with all the new technology. It's just like I said, I've been trying to look at how long am I going to have to sit here in this space? Okay, well, do I got to sit here for another 8 or 9 years? Do I still have, I not have to, but I plan on continuing to come out here every 3 days. I'm continuing to listen to YouTube videos and stuff. I can't go 8 years if I'm doing too much.
Yeah, you don't want to get burnt out.
So that's why I've been trying to understand, how do I take this, sit on the sidelines and still somewhat be active.
I got you, kind of like the cheerleader. Like, it's like, I'm not in the game. I get the game. I want the players to win, but I'm just over here.
Since we've seen Bitcoin cross over $10,000, I see, just because of when I got in, I see my accumulation period is ended. At this point, I'm really not getting any Satoshis for my dollar in comparison to what I was when I first got into this.
Yes.
I have made plenty of sacrifices and cut things out of my life to be able to dollar cost average in.
Yep, right? And we've made peace with the amount that is accumulated.
Instead of going and wanting to get into the space and getting involved in DeFi and possibly saying I need to make more money off of my Bitcoin, I'm trying to see, how do I keep my attention interested without getting burned out and thinking I have to sit here I'm going to sit here for 8 to 10 years. And it's a matter of picking the right parts, right? Playing with the parts that you like. I wish we had more going on with Lightning Network.
Yes.
But I do believe that it's not going to come along to fruition the way that we would like it to until we see merchants accepting it. Because right now, everybody would like to settle on the base layer because it is the most trusted. That's the whole point. That's where the value in Bitcoin is, right? When you start trying to get everyone else to explain what the point in their project is and where the value comes from, speculation. That's why Bitcoin is because the security is in the network. So when you move your Bitcoin, yes, Lightning Network is amazing. Yes, I trust it. But people are using Bitcoin because of Bitcoin and the security of the network. They don't need Lightning Network. They don't need the fast transaction. They want the security of the 6 confirmation, knowing that it's irreversible.
There is a toad just like jumping around back there.
Yeah, it's probably one of those poisonous
ones. The lickers. I know.
The ones they tell you to keep your dogs away from.
Yep.
I see him. He's right there.
Yep. He's been just, I'm sure there's something he's eating over there.
I'm sure there's lots of things out here.
I'm sure. There's definitely mosquitoes. Again, who forgot bug spray? That man.
So what do we got in the chat? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys feeling about, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the DeFi space?
Nothing.
It's wet.
Nothing.
It's wet. It's wet out here.
Yes.
You can feel the humidity.
My butt's wet.
Your butt's wet. Oh yeah, the cushion's probably wet. That's a big cushion. It probably soaked up a lot of water.
It's like I'm sitting on 2 cushions, so it probably it's awesome.
The last little bit I got out here is just that once again, Jack Dorsey's out there talking good about Bitcoin. It's nice to have him on our side. It's nice to have him out there rallying, talking about how the internet needs money. I mean, it's the double spend problem, right? The internet has always had that problem. That's why we see credit card fraud being the way that it is.
Yes.
Cash App and PayPal and Venmo, Zello, Apple Pay. I mean, they work well. Yes. They work very well, especially for a centralized, I don't know what you want to call it, third-party system. The problem is it sucks that not everybody's on board, right? And not everyone's using the same one. Like, I personally prefer Cash App, out of all of them. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I get a lot of people that ask me if I have a Zello and they want to pay me that way. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't have one. I'm not going to set one up. I'm not going to take the time to figure it out to get your payment. I want you to figure out how to pay me. It's kind of on you, man.
We've reached that part. Now that's on you.
No checks.
Because that doesn't work out well. Not even old people, man. You think like the super old ones that are all like, oh, I only have a check. No.
Everybody got a debit card. Anybody in the chat? Anything going on?
John from Malibu says, don't know enough about DeFi to get involved. He's way in over my skin. Wait, over my skis? Okay. In crypto investments already. Oh. Well, I don't know. I hope.
mean, I get it. And
yes, I hope it works out.
it.
I hope one of these things are like, I mean, I just want to get to the touching phone part. I don't actually care what makes that happen.
It's more of that how we talk about, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is 360, right? It's moving in all directions at all times. People are constantly looking for privacy, fungibility with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? We keep hearing news about how the IRS is putting out bounties to get people to try to figure out how to break Monero.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that, yes.
And track Bitcoin Lightning Network transactions. We're hearing about DeFi and how it's trying to give you value for locking up your Bitcoin, right? Because, I mean, banks take your money. They use your money. They're using your money right now to make themselves money.
Yeah, but don't you some bank account things do make small interest over the year when you don't move it. I mean, I don't know.
Not very many.
Not very many anymore. I think there was yes.
And I mean, that's why DeFi is supposed to be so great, is because it offers such a high yield and everything. But it's too much speculation for me to want to go risk something that took me so long to save. And yes, people are going to swear up and down about how it's safe. It took a long time to get people to say that a hardware wallet was safe, right?
Oh my God, yes. I love those ones that were crazy.
I just don't understand how here we are, not even a year into DeFi, and everyone's telling you it's super safe. Nothing's super safe. You don't know how it's going to play out down the road. People thought that Bitcoin was anonymous for a long time. Go ask those people on the Silk Road who are sitting in jail, right?
Yeah. Paul Lewis, now he's learned that when the hype is at its highest, most of the easy gains are already gone. That is true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there was mad easy gains at the beginning of the DeFi. I mean, we had plenty of people telling us to get involved in DeFi in the beginning. It's always that, are you willing to risk your Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Are you willing to invest more money than you're willing to lose in these projects to try to make yourself rich, right? Because you're not going to get rich off $100, right? You're not going to take $100 and throw it into something and get rich. You got to see about people doing
10 cents a dayness is not going to,
But usually it's like you got to go leverage that mortgage or something crazy in order to, and then you got to win. You got to get the right project at the right time.
I mean, that was kind of when Omar said that he had, over $2,000 and he got his $250 a day or whatever. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of Bitcoin that you're just, I don't know.
I'll keep my $2,000 in my hardware wallet and I'll go pick up cans off the street for $2.
I mean, I won't drive to the store one extra time and save the gas. I don't know, but I mean, $2 and 2,000, I just no.
Well, I mean, it's also a lot of the DeFi is that you're not accumulating $2, you're actually accumulating another cryptocurrency.
Yes.
So it's that you're accumulating a cryptocurrency that you're not having to spend fiat cash on, and then you're speculating that the price of that currency will go up into the future.
I got you. You're going with next week we'll want oranges or whatever, and I'm stockpiling on oranges now. I mean,
still, it's all about what is it doing for your average everyday Joe Schmo, and how is it making his life better? Because I mean, there's a billion things out there. I mean, before Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I always liked green projects. Like, you guys can probably tell that I'm a little bit of an environmental type of guy. There's amazing technology out there to help this earth in so many different ways. Are we doing it?
Does anybody do it?
Do you know any publicity? No.
Why?
So, I mean, I think it's great that Bitcoin gets as much attention as it does now. It did seem like it took a long time for us to start having our glimmer of light every so often on public television and people knowing what we are without saying instantly that it has something to do with the black market and a scam. I just think that we still got a ways to go.
I do have that feeling too. I don't think it's right around the corner that.
I don't know. Now it seems more like what's happening in the cryptocurrency space is that people had foretold for such a long time that the price of Bitcoin was going to jump so much right now after the halvening. Well, first, the halvening, then 6 months after the halvening. And, here we are heading towards the end of 2020 and Bitcoin's still at $10,000. So are we going to move sideways and not really get above $20,000 at all for a while? Because that's going to freak people out.
Yeah,
when they don't get this anticipated bull run and the price of Bitcoin doubling and tripling after the halvening, this would be a different cycle than anything we've ever seen before. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that at this exact moment, it doesn't look like we're going to see a $20,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year.
All right. So Zaza says that he messed with Didex a few months ago and made 50 cents and lost a few bucks in gas.
Oh yeah, gas fees now definitely would be a big deterrent. I personally don't have any ETH. I don't do enough on Ethereum to keep up. I just know the gas fees are astronomical.
No, I know. I mean, I think you have a couple dollars.
Let alone want to spend my Bitcoin to buy ETH to then dump $30 on a transaction fee so that I can start even attempt to mess around with the DEX. Not really feeling it.
Truth Monster is here.
Truth Monster.
Wow,
nice.
And he's multitasking, watching the Lightning game on mute while listening.
Oh,
what?
Nice.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
Oh, and Josh is here. Hi, Josh.
Josh, nice. I'm glad that you can make it, my friend. Don't forget to tell Katie we said hello.
Hello. He says that some DeFi is pretty safe, some very risky. Bitcoin, the safest.
Yeah, it's just so much news, right? So much pointing people in that direction.
Yes.
And that's a red flag to me. It's like, why is every news about DeFi? I understand that it's cutting edge and the newest technology, but still we've had, all right, like when Dash came out, I can only talk from my own experiences, but when Dash first came out and it had its governance protocol, every news article on CoinDesk and everywhere else wasn't dash, right?
Yes, that was true.
It's just that why is everyone pushing for DeFi so much?
Yeah, I mean, I never like it because it makes for a boring conversation, I believe, when there is nothing except one kind of a topic for all of the news. It does happen very often in cryptocurrency.
It does.
And
it is nice when you can talk.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But I don't know why it does go like how you're saying, like how it is in DeFi. I mean, it has where you can't find hardly a single article on anything else if that's the topic that everybody's running with.
No news, low news, right? I mean, Bitcoin has slid back from 12. I mean, you really, unless you're going to start bad mouthing Bitcoin again, talking about how it's going to go lower, which ends up turning into a self-fulfilling prophecy half the time, then, I mean,
I love that too.
Who wants to be the guy out here saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to 15,000 tomorrow. It's going to 15,000 tomorrow. It's going to 15,000 tomorrow. And when it doesn't, you start losing your credibility. So it is easier to talk about side projects, other stuff that's happening. I don't know. It's just that there's so much money getting invested in it. A lot of people are trading there. I mean, we've seen that there was more value traded on the Ethereum blockchain the other day than on the Bitcoin blockchain. And people are pointing to the flippening and all this other stuff and scaling, ETH gas fees being the way they are. You're not going to overthrow Bitcoin with the flippening without definitely some sort of scaling.
I love the flippening.
But at the same time, referring back to what I was saying earlier, if DeFi really isn't for the average everyday person, and it is just something that we're like developing for banks and hedge funds and institutional investors, the ETH gas fees really aren't a problem.
Right. If you're doing like massive, I mean,
what's a $40 transaction fee if you're moving 100,000?
Right. Oh, Handy Rams is here.
Handy Rams, nice.
Hello.
Nice. Thanks for stopping by. I super appreciate it.
Paul Rouleau says that DeFi mania reminds me of the ICO craze.
I know everybody keeps saying this. I keep hearing that one said over and over again. And it is just I don't know if it's just the ideal that people want to make money. Like they want to invest in something. They want to turn that 500 into 5,000 and they want it in 2 weeks.
I mean, it's
because that was the feel I had with ICO. Is that it was, I'm going to buy this ICO, and as soon as it hits an exchange, it's going to pump up, and I'm going to dump, and this, that, the other, and I 5x my money in 2 weeks.
Yes. All right, where are we at? Handy Ramp says it will go higher before crashing lower. My guess is that it will continue through next year. Ooh, BTC Moon Guy is here.
BTC Moon Guy, nice. Thanks for having us.
Hello. Handy Ram says the ICO craze started in 2015. Think of how long it took for the bubble to pop. That's depressing. I hope it's not just like 2 years of DeFi.
Yeah, but I mean...
Well, I guess
it's that if you use this as the comparison, right? You say ICO is equal to DeFi, right? When the ICOs first came out, it was a slow progression of Xing your money, right? Like the first ones weren't Xing your money. And then any ICO, you would multiply your money by a factor, 2, 3, 5, 100, whatever it was, depending on the project. That took over a year for that to happen. I mean, we're already seeing a lot of these DeFi projects multiple Xing the people who have invested in it already.
Yes.
I mean, that would be saying that there's still a lot of headway to go with the DeFi projects to multiply your money by factors. But there were so many scams with the ICOs as well.
Well, I mean, just like how okay, like for real, like I don't even know what's up with sushi. Like that is some ridiculous, like snake eating its own tail crap. Like I don't even know. So yeah, I don't. There were a lot of scams in ICOs. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of scams in DeFi.
I know that when we were at the peak, the BTC dominance was down to like 35%.
Yeah, that was depressing too, because I remember that. It was at like 57 and then was like, bam, like way down there.
So we are a long way if you start thinking about what percentage of the market cap is DeFi tokens.
Right.
But then at the same time, DeFi is a different beast because you're locking up Bitcoin and Ethereum into it to help make it.
Yeah, but is it just a horse of a different color? Because yeah, I mean, yes.
I don't know, because I always say that the power of Bitcoin comes from the decentralized blockchain. So once you use it to build on top of, you actually are building something with value because it's based on a decentralized blockchain. You know what I mean? Like you're plugging it into power. That's why Lightning Network has, what it is, because you're plugging it into the power of Bitcoin. Without Bitcoin, Lightning Network's no good. I'm sure without Bitcoin, most of DeFi is really not that good. Because that's where you're basing your liquidity out of.
Right.
I'm leveraged, or I'm backed by Bitcoin. It's maybe wrapped, but it is Bitcoin.
John from Malibu says, in a year from now, we're all going to be just fine. We're on a 4-year journey here. And we will be fine. I mean, see that, I don't know. Maybe it is just, I can see patterns of, yes, as soon as people start saying that we're going to like drop into like the horrible Netherlands of like, 6,000-7,000. Okay, but that'll happen. People will make that happen somehow or another. Don't even know how, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I find it bizarre that the price of Bitcoin is based on what? A few people that want to trade it. It's really not based on its utility.
Ah, Benson is here.
Benson, buddy, I'm glad that you could make it, my friend.
He says, I don't even have a trading account. I have to use one of those rip-off exchanges like Changely if I wanted to have any of the DeFi tokens. Oh, it's okay. We've used Changeling before.
Oh, man, that's been a long time.
Oh, yeah, it has. God knows what it looks like now. I'm sure it has lots and lots of choices. Oh, so many bugs. I love it.
I don't know. The question is how do we get people to see Bitcoin for what it is? You know, how long is it going to take? How do you keep yourself going in this space knowing that most of what's out here and most of what's happening is temporary, right? Because ICOs were temporary, right?
Yes, bubbles
DeFi,
are temporary.
Yeah, DeFi. Well, it's not necessarily like that. It's a bubble. It's buzzword technology, right? We have a new form of technology. We exploit it. Everybody tries to do whatever they can do with it. You know what I mean? It's a buzzword. Everyone's throwing it in the mix. It's making money. People are multiplying whatever's by it.
Well, Handy Ram says that DAI is on the Exodus wallet. Yeah, he says he thinks it's the only DeFi token there, but I mean, hey.
But DAI is just a token that's used by the DeFi projects. DAI is just a regular ERC20 token.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The space is complicated. It's constantly growing, and it is just a matter of, you know, like I was saying, 360. Where are you finding your niche in the cryptocurrency space? Do you want to work in the financial areas? Then maybe DeFi is your niche. You know, are you looking to work in the privacy of money? Well, then, you know, maybe you should start seeing about Lightning Network. Maybe you should see about some of the alternative coins.
Right. I mean, we don't have a portfolio anymore. It only consists of like one, you know, so that's not a portfolio. But I mean, you know, I guess we have found what we like to do. I like to talk to people. We like to talk to people about Bitcoin.
I don't know. It's about giving back, right? I mean, it's done a lot for us. I don't think that the world's going to change unless you get out there and do something about it, right? So I guess, what's the story? You know, everybody wants to help the homeless, right? But who's willing to get out there and build the homeless people homes? Well, I'm out here. I'm willing to build those homes. I'm trying to help get Bitcoin in people's hands. You know, we get out there with our bus now, going to pass out flyers, hoping 2021 kicks off better. Hopefully vaccines will put it into personable responsibility so that we can get back to some normalness.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean,
I hope you get back to some normalness, however that works. But yeah.
I mean, all I can do is hope for the best, right? And prepare for the worst. And that's what we talk about around here is that, you know, we want everything to go well, but we're just prepared in case it doesn't. You know, we're prepared for the dollar bill to blow up tomorrow and not work for anybody, right? We're also prepared for the government and the grid and everything else to shut down and us to have to rely on ourselves. So it's just a matter of where are you in your life? How prepared do you want to be? What do you see coming down the road? And are you ready for it? You know, Bitcoin is a tool. Some people are leveraging the tool to try to make themselves more money in the DeFi, right? Some people used to take this tool and invest it, right? They would give it as a shareholder pretty much to get another token that they thought was going to go up in value. I know that every Satoshi I have is kept safe, right? And that hopefully in the future, when I need it, it's still going to be there. It should be.
It really should. It should. All right, we're good.
Nothing? Nobody wants to talk about anything? We're going to go ahead and close down this episode.
It's been 40 minutes.
Has it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just chilling. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out here and hanging out with us this evening. You know, I'm not trying to say I have the answers. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not saying that DeFi isn't great, right? I'm just saying that I'm Eugene Forrest out here in the woods. I'm holding my Bitcoin. I'm trying to play wait and see, right? Everybody told me a million different things were going to happen in the cryptocurrency space by now. Very few of them have happened. The one consistent is that Bitcoin is king. Great. And continuing to see the money number go up. Right? And every bit that I've been able to invest that I haven't needed, right? Because that's always been the downfall, that I haven't needed to have to get back right away, has done great things for me. And I just want to try to get more people on a system that's designed to help everyone.
Do more great things for more people.
Great things for more great people. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great evening. Take care of each other. And remember to keep that BTC safe. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.